In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use droplets in DigitalOcean. We'll walk through creating a droplet from scratch, and I'll add context along the way so you understand why each choice matters. A droplet is a virtual machine in the cloud. You pick where it lives, what operating system it runs, how much CPU and memory it gets, and how you'll access it. By the end, you'll be comfortable launching one with settings that fit your needs. Start by signing into your DigitalOcean account and heading to the main dashboard. The dashboard gives you quick access to all your resources, but to keep things organized, we'll work inside a project. Open the Projects section in the left-hand navigation. Projects help you group related droplets, databases, and networking resources, and they're great for separating environments like development, staging, and production. If you don't already have a project you want to use, create a new one. Give it a clear name and description so you and your team can recognize it later, and consider a naming pattern that includes the app or environment. Good organization here makes billing and access control simpler down the road. With your project open, go to the top of the page and click the Create button. From the menu, choose Droplets. This opens the configuration flow where we'll define everything about your new server. First, choose a region. Pick the location closest to your users or your data for the lowest latency. You may also have compliance or data residency preferences that influence this choice. Within each region, you'll see available data centers. If multiple are offered, select the one that aligns with your redundancy or proximity needs. Availability can vary, so choose an option that's currently available in your preferred region. Next, choose an image. This is your operating system or pre-built stack. For most general-purpose servers, a stable Linux distribution like Ubuntu LTS is a reliable choice, but you can also select Debian, Fedora, or Marketplace images that include software like Docker or LAMP pre-installed. If you're unsure, stick with a standard distribution and add software later. It keeps the base image lean and predictable. Now select the size. This determines your CPU, memory, and disk. Think about the workload. Web servers and small APIs often start with modest resources, while data processing or high traffic services need more. A helpful rule of thumb is to start small and monitor usage. Scaling up is straightforward if you need more capacity later. You'll notice CPU options as well. You can choose shared or dedicated CPU, and in many regions you'll see different processor types. Shared plans are cost-effective for bursty workloads, while dedicated vCPUs are better for consistent, compute-heavy tasks. If you need steady performance or plan to run CPU-bound jobs, dedicated is worth the premium. If your application stores a lot of data or you want to separate data from the system disk, consider adding additional block storage. Volumes are flexible and can be expanded later. Even if you don't attach extra storage right now, keep in mind that logs, backups, and media files can grow quickly. Planning ahead helps avoid emergency migrations. Turn on backups if you want automated snapshots at a regular cadence. This adds a small additional cost but can save you a lot of time during recovery. Snapshots and backups are different features. Backups are automatic, while snapshots are manual, so enabling backups here gives you scheduled protection without extra effort. Choose your authentication method. SSH keys are the recommended option because they're more secure and more convenient than passwords. If you already have an SSH key in your account, select it. If not, you can add one here. If you choose to use a password, make it strong and store it securely. Either way, this is how you'll access the server after it's created. Finalize your details. Give your droplet a clear host name, add tags that reflect the app or environment, and place it in the correct project. You can also enable options like monitoring or IPv6 if they fit your network plan. Good naming and tagging make it easier to manage infrastructure as it grows. When everything looks right, click Create Droplet. DigitalOcean will start provisioning your server. In a minute or two, you'll see it listed in your project with an IP address and status indicator. That's it. You've successfully created a droplet with the right region, image, size, security, and configuration for your use case.